It was a cold evening. The sun was almost gone, and the sky was turning dark. A 16-year-old boy named Alex walked alone through the woods behind his house. He often came here when he wanted to be alone. But today, something felt different. The wind was quiet. The trees didn't move. There was no sound of birds, no sound at all. Suddenly, Alex saw something glowing between the trees. It was a soft blue light. He walked closer slowly. His heart started beating faster. There, in the middle of the woods, was a strange object. It was long, silver, and half buried in the ground. It looked like a small capsule, not a plane, not a car, something he had never seen before. He stepped closer. The surface of the capsule was smooth, with strange symbols glowing on it. It was warm, even though the air was cold. Alex reached out and touched it. The capsule made a soft click sound. Then it opened. Alex jumped back. A part of the capsule slid open like a door, and inside was a girl. She was lying down, her eyes closed. Her skin was light blue, and her hair was silver. She looked peaceful, like she was sleeping. But she didn't look human. Alex's eyes widened. What is she? Suddenly, the girl opened her eyes. They were bright silver, like stars. She looked directly at him. Her voice was soft but clear. "Don't be afraid," she said. Alex froze. He couldn't move. Couldn't speak. The girl slowly sat up. She looked around, confused, like she didn't know where she was. "Who are you?" Alex finally asked. The girl looked at him. "You're not one of them." "One of who?" he asked. She didn't answer. Instead, she looked at her arm. There was a small device on it, flashing red. Her eyes filled with fear. "I don't have much time," she said. "They'll find me." Alex didn't understand. "Who's coming? Are you an alien?" The girl nodded slowly. "I crashed here. I didn't mean to. I was running." "Running? From what?" But again, she didn't answer. She looked weak, tired. She tried to stand up but almost fell. Alex stepped forward to help her. "Don't touch me," she said sharply. He stopped. "I'm not your pet," she said. "Don't think of me as a thing you found." "I didn't," Alex replied. "I just—" "You need help." She looked at him for a long moment. Then, without saying anything, she sat back down. Her voice became softer. "I don't trust you," she said. "But I don't have a choice right now." Alex looked around. It was getting darker, colder. He couldn't leave her here. "You can come with me," he said. "You can hide in my attic. No one goes there." She didn't answer right away. Then slowly, she nodded. Alex helped her out of the capsule. She was shaking. He took off his jacket and gave it to her. She didn't want to take it, but she was too cold. As they walked back toward his house, Alex looked back at the capsule. Its lights were fading. Before they left, he reached inside to see if there was anything important. There was a small silver cube inside. It began to glow when he touched it. A soft hologram appeared above it. A deep robotic voice spoke. "Warning. Target compromised. Hunters activated. Termination protocol begins in 72 hours. Alex's blood went cold. He looked at the girl beside him. "What does that mean?" She looked scared. "It means we don't have much time." They didn't speak for the rest of the walk. When they reached his house, Alex quietly took her to the attic. He gave her a blanket and some water. She didn't drink it. She just sat there, looking at the window. "I don't even know your name," Alex said. She looked at him. "I don't remember." Alex sat near her, confused and nervous. What had he just brought into his home? Then, just before she closed her eyes to rest, she whispered, "If you tell anyone, I will disappear forever." The attic was silent. Moonlight came through the small window, casting a silver glow on the wooden floor. Alex sat on an old chair, watching the girl as she rested under the blanket. She hadn't spoken much since they arrived. Her skin still had that soft blue glow, but her eyes stayed closed. Alex couldn't sleep. He looked down at the silver cube he had taken from her capsule. It was now dark, no lights, no sounds. But those words still echoed in his head. Termination protocol begins in 72 hours. What did that even mean? Who were the hunters? And why did they want her? Suddenly, the girl opened her eyes. "You're still here," she said. "I wasn't going to leave," Alex replied. The girl sat up slowly. Her silver eyes studied him like he was a puzzle. "You're not afraid of me," she said. "Why?" Alex shrugged. "I should be, I guess, but I'm more scared of what's coming for you." She didn't smile, but her voice softened. "I need to tell you something," she said. "But you can't ask too many questions." "Okay, I'm not from Earth," she began. "My people don't use names like you do, but you can call me Zura." "Zura," Alex repeated. She nodded. "I came here by mistake. I was supposed to go somewhere else. But they followed me. They always follow." Alex looked confused. "Who are they?" Zura's eyes turned cold. "Hunters, machines, not like robots in your movies. These ones. They don't stop. They were made to track and kill." A shiver ran down Alex's spine. Zura stood up weakly. She walked to the attic window and looked out at the dark sky. Her silver hair glowed in the moonlight. "I used to live in light," she said. "Our cities floated in the air. Our rivers shined like glass. But now, my people are gone. And I'm the only one left." Alex felt like he was in a dream. "Why were they hunting you?" Zura didn't answer. Instead, she lifted her hand. A small ball of light formed above. Her palm, soft glowing, and beautiful. Alex gasped. "What is that?" "I can bend light," Zura said. "It's part of who I am. But it's also why they want me." The light flickered and faded. She sat back down, breathing heavily. "You're not safe, Alex," she said. "Just by being near me, your life is now part of mine." Alex looked at her. "Then we figure this out together." Zura turned her head slowly. Her expression changed. "I'm not your pet," she said again. This time not in anger but in warning. "I don't belong to you. I don't belong to this world." "I know," Alex said, "but you still need help." They both sat in silence for a moment. Suddenly, a loud thump came from outside the attic window. Zura's head snapped. Toward the sound, Alex ran to the window and looked out. Nothing. But then, on the ground below, he saw something. A mark burned into the grass. A circle with strange lines around it, glowing faintly. "What is that?" he whispered. Zura's face turned pale. "They're here." Alex backed away from the window. "Already?" "They move fast," she said. "They can smell energy." The capsule called to them. Alex looked at her. "What do we do now?" "We hide," Zura said. "We don't run yet. If we run, they'll chase harder. We wait and watch." Alex nodded, even though his heart was racing. Zura wrapped the blanket tighter around her. Her voice was low. 3 nights, she said. "If we survive 3 nights, I might have a way to stop them." Outside, the wind picked up. Leaves swirled in circles below. And somewhere in the dark, something watched. Something not human. It was 2:41 a.m. Alex couldn't sleep. Again, he sat on the floor of the attic, eyes wide open, ears sharp like an animal waiting for danger. His phone battery was dead. Outside, the wind howled against the old wooden walls, and Zura hadn't moved in hours. She sat in the corner, knees pulled up, arms around her legs, staring into nothing. Not blinking, not breathing like a human. Then suddenly, she whispered, "There." "Closer." Alex jumped. "What?" She didn't look at him. Her voice was low, like a warning. "I can feel them. They're scanning the ground now, looking for heat, light, sound, anything strange." Alex looked out the attic window again. Nothing but black trees and cold moonlight. Still, his chest tightened. He turned back to Zura. You said we have 3 nights, but how do we survive them? We can't just sit here and wait. Zura finally looked at him. I didn't say wait, she said. I said watch. Before Alex could ask what she meant, she raised her hand. A small beam of light shot from her palm and hit the attic wall. It didn't burn it. Instead, it created something. A hole, but not in the wood, in the air itself. Looked like a window, floating. On the other side of it, Alex saw the forest, but from above. Like a camera was flying high over the trees, Zura was breathing. Heavily now, weak from using her power. It's not a trick, she said. It's real time. Alex stared at the floating view. There, he said suddenly, pointing. Something moved. Zura focused. In the forest, a dark shape walked between the trees. Tall, thin, not fully solid. Its face had no eyes, just a glowing red slit. Its hands were long, with claws that moved like knives. It didn't walk like a person. It glided. Alex whispered, Is that a hunter? Zura nodded slowly. One of them. Why doesn't it come here? Zura touched the glowing cube again. Because I changed my signature, for now, but when I get weak, they'll smell me. Alex's heart pounded. He looked at her. You're dying, aren't you? She said nothing. Her eyes dropped. Her hands shook. Alex moved closer. Zura, tell me the truth. What happens if they catch you? They don't catch, she said. They erase. He felt cold. Zura turned away, almost like hiding her face. Then, slowly, she reached into her pocket and pulled out a small device, flat, black, and shaped like a coin. She placed it on the floor between them. This, she said, is my key. Key to what? Another place, she said. Where I was supposed to go. A planet that accepts survivors. Alex picked it up. It was warm, pulsing like a heartbeat. Why didn't you use it? He asked. Because. She paused, then looked at him carefully. It only works once. It needs energy. Energy I don't have. Alex felt angry and helpless. So what do we do? Zura looked at him, this time with eyes full of something new. Not fear, not sadness. Guilt. There's something else you need to know, she said. Before she could finish, the attic light flickered. Then it went off. Complete darkness. Alex reached for a flashlight, but Zura grabbed his wrist. Don't move, she whispered. It's here. He stopped breathing. A sound creaked through the wood. Slow, careful steps coming from the stairs below. Then, a whisper. Zura. It wasn't a human voice. It echoed like metal scraping metal. Zura clenched her jaw. She mouthed silently. Don't speak. The attic door creaked open. Alex held his breath. A long shadow stretched across the floor. Something stepped into the attic, crawling, sniffing the air. Its head twitched. Its arms bent backwards, jointed wrong. Then it stopped. Right next to Alex. It leaned in. Inches from his face. Alex didn't blink, didn't move. He felt its breath cold like space itself. Then Zura moved her hand behind her back, forming a soft light. The creature growled, but before it attacked, Zura slammed her hand against the floor. A burst of blinding light filled the attic. When Alex opened his eyes, the creature was gone. The attic door swung gently, but on the floor was a burning message. Glowing letters, written in a strange alien script. Zura read them aloud in a whisper. 1 found. 2 remaining. Alex looked at her. What does that mean? Zura didn't answer, but the look in her eyes said everything. The next morning, Alex woke up to a normal world. Birds were singing. The sun was shining. His mom was making pancakes downstairs, but nothing felt normal. He had barely slept. His hands were still shaking from what he saw last night. That creature, the shadow, the message on the floor. 1 found. 2 remaining. What did it mean? 2 what? Zura was still in the attic, quiet and alert. She hadn't spoken since the creature left. Her eyes never stopped scanning the room, like she expected the walls to breathe. Zura, Alex said softly. Do you think it'll come back? She shook her head. No, not that one. Then what? She turned to him. A different kind. Before he could ask more, a loud knock came from downstairs. Knock. Knock. 3 sharp hits, not like a visitor. Like a warning. Alex's heart jumped. His mom called out, Alex, your science teacher's here. He froze. Mr. Carter? Zura stood up fast. Her body tense, like a string about to snap. That name, she whispered. Say it again. Mr. Carter, he teaches chemistry. Why? She didn't blink. Describe. Him. Tall. Always quiet. Kind of weird. Wears the same brown jacket every day. Zura whispered something in a language Alex couldn't understand. Then said, That's not your teacher. Alex looked toward the attic stairs. What do? You mean? He's not human anymore, she said. They change, take shapes, learn faces. Downstairs, the door opened. Alex's mom spoke cheerfully. Please come in, Alex is just upstairs. Zura's voice was sharp. Don't go down. But what if? I said don't. The floorboards creaked below. Slow footsteps, heavy, precise. Coming up the stairs, Zura backed into the shadows, her hands glowing faintly. Alex grabbed a metal rod from the corner, just in case. Then the attic door opened. Alex? Said a calm voice. There you are. It was Mr. Carter. He smiled politely as always. Same jacket. Same glasses. Your mom said I could come up. I just wanted to check on your project for the science fair. Alex tried to act normal. Yeah, sure. Zura stayed hidden behind old boxes. She didn't breathe. Mr. Carter stepped into the room. He looked around slowly, eyes landing on every object in the attic, as if he was scanning. Then he looked straight at the box behind which Zura was hiding. You keeping something secret? Up here? He asked, voice too calm. Alex laughed nervously. Just junk. Mr. Carter stepped closer. Too close. Then suddenly he leaned toward Alex and said, Have you seen anything strange lately? Alex swallowed hard. No, nothing. Mr. Carter stared at him. Too long. Then his mouth twitched, not into a smile, but something else. Almost mechanical. A thin line of silver liquid appeared near his ear. Like oil. Alex stepped back. Zura whispered something. Light began forming in her hand, but before anything could happen, Mr. Carter stood up straight again and nodded. Double quotes. Well, if you see anything, he said, you tell me. It's very important we keep this town safe. He turned and walked out, slow and silent. The moment the door shut behind him, Zura collapsed. Alex rushed to her. He knew, she said. He couldn't find me, but he knew I was here. What do we do now? Zura looked at him with fear in her eyes. Real fear. They have a rule, she said. Once one makes contact, the others follow, within 24 hours. Alex's mouth went dry. How many more are there? She answered without blinking. Thousands. Asterisk. The night didn't begin with noise. It began with silence. A deep, heavy silence that filled every corner of Alex's house like the world was holding its breath. Zura stood in front of the attic mirror, staring at herself. Not moving. Not blinking. She wore one of Alex's hoodies now and a pair of jeans that barely fit. To anyone else, she might look like a quiet girl hiding in a dark room, but she wasn't. She was hiding from the stars. Alex watched from behind her, afraid to speak. What do you see? He finally asked. Zura didn't answer right away. Her silver eyes focused on her own reflection, like she was searching for something missing. I see a shape I borrowed, she whispered. Alex stepped closer. What does that mean? Zura turned slowly. This form. It's not mine. I only look like this so your world won't reject me. Alex's mouth went dry. Then what do you really look like? Zura closed her eyes. Do you want the truth? He nodded. She took a deep breath, and the room dimmed slightly, as if the light itself leaned away from her. Her body shimmered. Her skin glowed faintly, changing from soft blue to white gold. Her eyes expanded, becoming orbs of pure light. Thin, flowing patterns appeared across her arms like moving constellations. Her hair lifted as if floating in water. Alex gasped. She wasn't solid anymore. She looked like a living galaxy. I'm not like you, Zura said, her voice echoing slightly. I'm not meant to survive on Earth. Then, as quickly as it appeared, the vision faded. Her body returned to the borrowed form, fragile, human-shaped. But Alex could still feel the energy in the air. Like lightning had passed through the room. He stepped back. Zura, you're beautiful. She looked down. I'm also dangerous. Alex shook his head. Not to me. Before she could respond, the attic window cracked. Not broke. Cracked, like pressure had hit it from the outside. Both of them froze. A low hum began. In the walls. It wasn't sound, it was vibration. Like the house itself was being scanned. Zura whispered, "They're changing tactics." Alex ran to the window and peeked outside. His street looked quiet. But one of the street lamps was flickering. Under it stood a man in a black coat. Not moving. Not breathing. Another stood at the corner. Same face, same coat, like a copy. Then another. Standing on the roof of a nearby house. Alex turned to Zura. They're surrounding us. Zura held out her palm. The silver cube floated into it, now. Glowing faster. They've locked on, she said. We don't have long. Can we run? She shook her head. No, but we can send a message. Zura placed the cube on the attic floor and knelt beside it. She began speaking in her native language, strange tones and notes that didn't sound possible from a human voice. The cube responded with light. Alex watched symbols float into the air, swirling around her. His heart pounded as one of the windows burst open from the pressure. Then Zura collapsed. Zura! He shouted, catching her. Her skin was ice cold. The glowing lines across her arms had faded. I gave it everything, she said weakly. The message is sent. They know I'm still alive. Who? Alex asked. She looked up at him. My kind. Then she went silent. Alex wrapped her in a blanket, not sure what else to do. Outside, the street lamps all went dark. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the attic. Not from inside the house, from everywhere. Return the asset, or Earth will be erased. Alex's eyes widened. They weren't hunting anymore. They were threatening. And now, the countdown had truly begun. Rain fell like glass. Each drop hit the attic window with sharp little taps, like a clock ticking louder and louder. The storm outside was real, but it wasn't natural. The sky above Alex's town had changed. No thunder. No lightning, just ... Weight. A pressure in the clouds, as if something massive was waiting behind them. Alex stood over Zura, who still hadn't moved since she sent the signal. She was breathing, barely. Her skin flickered blue to white, then back again. She was fading. He placed a hand on her shoulder. Please stay awake. Zura's eyes opened slowly. Did they respond? Alex nodded. You're kind, they heard you. Something's coming. I don't know what, but the sky is different now. Zura sat up with effort. Then we have only one option. She reached into her jacket and pulled out the black coin, the key. This can open a path, she said. It leads to a gate. A world far from here. One that still protects survivors like me. Alex stared at it. You said it only works once, she nodded. One traveler, one jump. Then it closes forever. Silence. Alex looked down. You have to go. Zura didn't respond. She placed the key on the attic floor and touched it. A slow hum filled the room. The coin glowed, and a circle of light began to open in the floor. Not a hole. A portal spinning, glowing like a star. Wind pulled at everything. Papers flew. The wood beneath their feet creaked. But something was wrong. Zura didn't move. Alex shouted over the noise, "Why are you waiting?" She looked at him with sad eyes. "Because I don't want to leave alone." "You'll die if you stay." "I'll die if I leave you here." Alex shook his head. "No, you were never meant to stay here. You don't belong to this planet. You said it yourself." Zura stood up. Her body shimmered again, just slightly. The stars under her skin were fading. "I also said I wasn't your pet," she whispered. "But I never said I didn't care." Suddenly, the entire house shook. From the window, Alex saw it. Above the town, hanging in the clouds, was a massive shadow. Like a ship or a machine or a god, it didn't shine. It absorbed light. Then came the sound. Not a boom. Not a roar. A single word. Broadcast across the sky like thunder. "Choose." Zura stepped toward the portal. It pulsed, waiting. She turned to Alex one last time. "I never wanted to bring this to your world." He nodded. "But you did. And I'm sorry," she said. Alex gave a broken smile. "Don't be. You gave me something real." Zura stepped into the light. Her body lifted slightly, like gravity no longer mattered. The wind screamed. And then she turned around, reached out, her hand stretched toward Alex. "Come with me." He froze. "It can only carry one," he said. Zura smiled faintly. "Then we go as one." The light flared white, gold, infinite. Outside, the sky cracked open. Inside, the attic exploded with light. Then silence. The portal vanished. The attic was empty. No bodies. No coin. No sound. Only one thing remained, carved into the wood where the light had been. Not pet. Not prisoner. Partner. Asterisk. At first, there was nothing. No sky. No ground. No sound. Just silence wrapped in light. Alex felt weightless. He wasn't falling. He wasn't flying. He was just between. Somewhere far away, Zura held his hand. Her fingers were light now. Not skin. Not bone. Just energy shaped like memory. He tried to speak. No words came. But Zura turned to him. She didn't need to talk. Her thoughts touched his like wind touches leaves. "We're not in your world anymore," she said. Alex looked around. They were floating inside a tunnel of stars. Thousands of spinning lights moving like a river. Shapes passed them. Planets. Cities, forgotten galaxies. He saw ruins made of crystal. Clouds of fire. Creatures with wings as big as oceans. And still, they moved forward. "Is this your home?" he asked. Zura shook her head. "No, but it's close." Then suddenly light ahead, warm, alive, pulling them forward. With a soft flash, they dropped into a new sky. The ground was made of glowing stone. Trees floated. Water moved through the air like ribbon. The sky above them was purple, and it had two suns. Zura took a deep breath. "We made it." Alex stared, wide-eyed. "This place is real?" Zura smiled. "This is a safe world. One that doesn't belong to the hunters." As they walked forward, small beings appeared, tall and elegant, with silver skin like hers. They didn't speak, but they nodded at Zura with deep respect. "You're not the only one who escaped." Alex said softly. "No," she replied. "But we're the only ones who brought something back." Alex looked confused. "What do you mean?" Zura's eyes turned serious. "The hunters. They left a mark in you, in your memory. Your mind was scanned. You brought more than you know." Before he could answer, the ground behind them trembled. A single black crack appeared in the sky, like a line drawn with fire. Zura's face darkened. "No," Alex turned. "What is it?" She backed away, pulling him behind her. They followed. Out. Of the crack came a sound high and sharp, like glass breaking underwater. Then a shape emerged, black, twisting, alive. The same kind of creature that found them in the attic, but evolved, larger, faster. Alex stepped forward. "We have to fight." Zura placed a hand on his chest. "Not fight, fuse." He blinked. "What?" "You touched the cube," she said. "You saw too much. Now your mind is part light and part mine." Zura reached into his chest, not physically, but through the energy surrounding them, and pulled something out. A piece of light. His light. It floated between them. She smiled. "Now we share it." And then they changed. Alex's body began to glow. His skin pulsed with light. Stars moved under his skin like hers. Their hands linked, and together, they became one blinding force. The hunter screamed. The sky shook. And then silence. When the light faded, the hunter was gone. The crack sealed. Zura and Alex stood side by side, glowing. Alive. Changed. Free. Around them, the silver-skinned people bowed their heads. Alex looked at Zura. "What now?" She looked at the twin suns. "Now we build a new world. Not as fugitives, not as pets, not as survivors." She turned to him, but as protectors. And far away, across the stars, the last echo of Earth faded into the past. But a new story had just begun.